So, the beta of Star Wars Battlefront just ended, and I decided I'll do first impression, because I know a lot of people are talking about this game, and a lot of people are excited, and I did have fun with it, but there were some things that had me concerned, and I think some things people should be aware of. And the first one, I know seems kind of obvious, but it's very much a first-person shooter. Now, I never actually owned any of the other Battlefronts. I pretty much only played the demos. But from what I'm remembering, that was a lot more objective-based, and, clear this, do that. This one is very much more like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield, which you aim down the sight. There's no ammo, but there's this, little bar that kind of, and if you hit the timer at the right spot, you can, recharge instantly. That's awesome. The way the guns handle are awesome, compared to a lot of other shooters where it's the guns feel heavy and it's got this one feels a lot lighter and airier and fluffier and you're shooting lasers, so it's choo, 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 and the sound effects, awesome. All of that's awesome. But going back, the fact that you aim down the sights and the fact that there's a lot of quick deaths and you will get sniped, killed a lot. There was people who with the starter gun would snipe me halfway across the map. Yeah, so it's really fun. I had a lot of fun, but that's the first thing I gotta make abundantly clear. If you're well, it's Star Wars and this and that, no. If you don't like Call of Duty, you don't like Battlefield, you don't like all of those other games, you're not gonna like this. It's very much a first-person shooter. But with that in mind, as a game, it's good. I had fun on the Walker Assault. That was awesome. The rest is okay. Star Wars. The first one I played was the drop zone or the drop pod or whatever it was. Where you just capture the point, pods drop down, you have to capture it and hold the point until the pod releases some powers and some upgrades. I was not a fan of that one because that was the first mode I played, and it was had every problem why I don't play Call of Duty, because the map was very tiny, very confined. You had to people just I'd be running around looking for people, couldn't find people, found people, would just get sniped, so I'd be killed a lot, just spawn, die, run around hey, what, yeah, so the map is, as I got better with the game, I went back to it, and I did get better. I didn't die as much as I first did, but even then, it's still, if that, of all the modes, that's the one that feels most like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield, just very fast-paced, people funnel together, and it's just if you enjoy it, that's alright. The next one I tried was the Walker Assault, and that one was just, that's Star Wars. That's, the other one was just okay, this is a deathmatch with Star Wars skin, but this one, the rebels have to stop the giant walkers from, reaching their destination, so you have to blow them up, or stop them however you can. And that one's awesome because you start in the snow, and you're on the this side of a cliff, and the cool thing is, as you die, your spawn moves. So you start at this rocky cliff, and then it transitions over to these caves and this hidden bunker in the side of a mountain for the rebels, and then you go from that to these snow trenches which are up into the base, so that you're constantly moving, you're constantly seeing new things, you're having to constantly move around. There's lots of like I said, the fact that when you die, you respawn in a new place doesn't mean you have to hop halfway across the map. It kind of moves you with the action where the walkers are going. And yeah, just the fact that you gotta be in the caves of Hoth, and the fact that you had the lasers and the rocket packs and all these things, it felt so awesome. Truth be told, a lot of people have pointed out how the mode's kind of broken because the rebels are defenseless, and in hindsight, I don't really remember a cannon or there's little turrets, but I don't remember anything major to really stop the walkers. But overall, I had fun, and I wanted to play that mode over and over and over again. The only thing, I guess, would be that of all the modes, that one takes probably 15-20 minutes, which is awesome, because the other ones was 10 minutes, and you would just die, spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn. The walker mode, because it's so long, it allows you to kind of at least strategize, okay, he's here, so I have to kill these guys, I have to capture this point, do this, do that. It's awesome. And the last one they had in the beta was the survival mode, which it is what it is. I'm a little upset. I wanted to see how it progressed, and it's just stormtroopers. You fight different stormtroopers. Some have jetpacks, some have rockets, but they're all stormtroopers. And it is the cool thing though is that halfway through the matches, these pods rise down, just like the other modes, where if you can go claim them, you can get power-ups to help you survive longer. So yeah, as a survival mode, it is what it is, but it's got that Star Wars feel. There's a cute 5-second trailer at the beginning, which is just like, hey, I crashed my ship, let's fight off the Empire. So I'm hoping the rest of the game has more of those to just make up for the lack of a campaign. But yeah, overall, I had fun, I enjoyed it. It looks like Star Wars, it sounds like Star Wars. You're playing it, it's like, this is Star Wars. You feel like you're in the movies. It's awesome. I guess my only real complaint is, yeah, there is a perk system where as you level up, you have 3 cards, or basically just 3 slots for different upgrades or stuff. So you get like a jetpack and a grenade, and then a different grenade, and like a power-up shot. So yeah, if you don't like the style of the Call of Duties, with the upgrade trees and all that stuff, because there's a certain point where people would like have machine guns or sniper rifle stuff. After unlocking everything, I saw they're all basically the same. But yeah, so it very much feels like if you don't like that die, respawn, die, respawn, die, respawn, quick, you know, in gameplay, you're not going to be fun. So if you want something a little slower, more tactical in terms of like a shooter, I would not recommend it. But yeah, overall, I had fun. I am glad I was able to participate in it. Check it out. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be doing much more beyond it. Just because the Walker Assault was fun, and there are other modes. There's the one that's all dogship fights, and the dogship fights are okay. You use the right joystick to like move the camera, and which is where you kind of fly. You just go on an automatic path. Honestly, I was just flying around. Like, I couldn't really get into dogfights with people because I couldn't lock on, so we were constantly just like swerving around each other. But yeah, so hopefully you will be able to enjoy it when it comes out later in November. But yeah, so just to make abundantly clear, it's a Call of Duty shooter, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just not for me.